Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with one of the most exciting fighters in Britain and the world, Joe Joyce. Joe, good to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well. Just got here in the end. Managed to find parking, and then it's all over. They took the food away, and there's no real guns for the clay pigeon shooting. So, but I'm here now and enjoying the company and talking to you people.
Good to be in your company as well. Clay pigeon shooting your thing? I think you're more of a destiny man as opposed to clay pigeon shooting.
Yeah, I'm still kind of dabbling in that. Yeah, but no. In Vegas, I've done clay pigeon shooting and skeet shooting here in the UK, and also I've been to shooting ranges in Vegas and LA. So I like shooting. Yeah, it's fun.
You're playing the new Call of Duty?
I haven't played it yet. No. See, they bring out one too frequently. I've got, I don't know. You're like, oh, you get all excited there, get all the packs, get the Super Deluxe Edition, and then they release a new one. You're like, oh my days. But yeah, haven't as yet. No.
Well, people want to see you not behind a gun, but behind your two guns, your left and your right fists. What's the latest with yourself getting back in the ring, Joe? Look, it wasn't the fight didn't go your way against Derek Chisora, but people still want to see you back in the ring and being entertaining as you are.
Yeah. I'm looking to get back into training and start getting focused on where I want to be and where I want to get to in the sport. And yeah, I'm looking forward to obviously Dubois and AJ when they're fighting. That fight will be explosive, and then but yeah, I think that will definitely fire me up and get me back in, excited for the future and like where I'm headed and what fights I can get into.
Yeah, just in the aftermath of that loss to Derek, look, we obviously see you in the aftermath, but we don't see you when the cameras are turned off and you're at home and things. How did you feel like kind of picking yourself up from that loss, or was it something that you weren't too bothered about?
Yeah, I wasn't too bothered about the loss, but it's a close fight. I enjoyed the fight, and it's nice to share the ring with Derek. Although I would have preferred if I got the other end of the decision and not got freaking knocked down briefly, and then it went. I boxed his head off and gave him a good send off with a great fight, but I was on the losing end of it, so that was disappointing. But it was a close fight, and yeah, I'm just I wonder who his last two opponents he's going to have, and obviously who I'm going to fight next in my next fight, and about getting back into training and all the stuff like that.
So speaking to your team briefly, of course they won't give me names or anything, but they said something is sort of on the way to being agreed there. What can you tell us about the names or some of the names that you'd like to be in the ring with next?
There's no names as yet. I think I just want to keep active and give entertaining fights for people to come and watch. And yeah, and this is my job. I'm not yet ready to retire. They've still got more things to do, so I'm going to continue.
Yeah, Joe, what would you say to those people who sort of like write in the boxing obituary for you after the loss to Derek Chisora, kind of saying like Joe's probably had too much punishment in the ring, shouldn't return back to the ring? What would you want to say to those people who are kind of writing you off into the sunset?
Well, you haven't done. Try, mate. Until you've laced up the gloves and got to a decent level, then you can't really talk. But then, it's my choice what I choose to do with my body and what I choose to do with my profession. It's like go retire your job till next week and see how you get on. You know what I mean? It's like you can't retire until you comfortable and until you're ready. So that's what I've got to say about that.
Fair enough. Let's turn our attention then to the big fight next weekend in the form of AJ versus Dubois. Look, when you fought Dubois and you got the victory so conclusively as you did you think that Dubois was on the trajectory to become world champion and have these sort of big nights and big fights? Because it was really laid up for you at that point after that victory.
Yeah, take it back to GB. I remember chatting to Dubois because he was 17 years old, and he was deciding whether he's going to go and do the cycle or do the Olympics But I was saying, yeah, maybe you could turn pro and be like Mike Tyson, like a young thing, and obviously that's what he's done. And he's young in there, and he seems to have matured and and I think he's got a lot to prove, and he's not taking stick from Joshua, especially not in them interviews. So I'm looking forward to watching the fight and seeing how they both get on, and may the best man win.
Saw an interesting comment from Derek Chisora, and he said that he feels that Dubois is a changed man now. A moment where, I don't like to use the word, but people will label him a quitter after you put him in that position in that fight, closing up his eye and got the victory like you did there. They said they've called him a quitter, but Chisora is saying like he's not about that anymore. He's proved that he isn't, and he proved that won't happen again. Having been the person to put him in that position, do you feel that he's proved that won't happen again, or do you think that might still be in him?
Well, it depends on the fight, I would say, but I think he's got a good trainer in Don Charles, and I think that's a good fit for him. And he seems confident. He's matured, and he's, I think he's. Well, we'll have to see what he's capable of.
Actually, a lot of people, when they talk about Dubois, and you obviously have first-hand experience of fighting him, they say his jab is like a ramrod jab. It's almost like a right hand. How difficult a prospect was it to deal with that jab? And is it as powerful as people say it is?
Well, I obviously used my footwork and the tactics for that fight, and they executed them excellently. But yeah, Dubois, I always remember him, especially sparring him on GB with his jab. The jab's there, powerful, like a backhand every time. But yeah, he's got. He's improving techniques, and he's got two hands as well. If you get hit with either hand, they're powerful shots. So, and I remember after the fight, even though a lot of times he was missing me and I was moving, there's still a lot of bruises. I can feel a lot of bruises on me after the fight. So, and I know he can hit hard, but so can Joshua.
You also sparred anti-Joshua, of course, numerous times. What were those experiences like? And in your experiences of fighting, sparring Dubois and sparring anti-Joshua, who do you think gets their hands raised?
There's a lot of variables, and I'm just excited to see what happens. As soon as the fight kind of starts, you can kind of tell, and I don't know, as this fight warps in, and it's whoever gets hit first, really. But they both come a long way from GB. So I'm excited to see the fight and see who gets a hand raised. It depends. What's Joshua going to do? Is he going to go? Is he going to keep it on the jab and movement and stuff? And then Dubois, is he going to have to close the distance, or is it going? Is it going to be a firefight in the middle? It depends how the fight goes, but. They both got great coaches for them for this fight, so it is a real head-to-head, may the best man win fight, I think.
So I'm going to ask you to rate either fighter from their attributes and tell me who has the better from the two from your experiences. So power, who would you give the edge to?
I would say raw power, Dubois, but I think Joshua has got that power too, but it's a bit maybe quicker, and I remember him putting the hands together a bit more, but then obviously Dubois is improving as well, so I think we're just going to have to see on the night.
Speed.
Dubois is younger, so it could be Dubois, but I think it's close. It's close.
Endurance.
I'm not sure. I think they're quite equal in attributes.
Boxing IQ.
I'd edge with AJ with his experience and stuff, but I would say Dubois edges him with the raw power. I would say.
Heart.
Man. They both had their ups and downs, but come for this fight, I think they'll both have a lot of heart and determination to beat the other fighter, so I would say that would be quite equal.
Just moving on to a couple of things for you, Joe. Just the thought of Chisora. He said he wants to fight maybe someone like a John Tawada or Dylan White, a Zhile Zhang. What fight would you like to see? Maybe in a rematch with yourself, Joe, in the future. Do you think that can happen?
Yeah, he's not having the rematch for me. No way. I know he's not. He's like, he's aching all over. He's like, nah, I'm not having that again. I think he even said in the post interview. But I mean, he could fight Zhang at his detriment, see if he could beat him. Like, I can see that. Or who's the other name? You said?
Deontay Wilder.
Is Deontay Wilder still about? Yeah.
So, yeah, he said. Well, his team have kind of mentioned that he's not done. So
Yeah, no,
could be.
I think that would be a good fight. And the other one?
Did I mention another one? I said Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, rematch with yourself. I think that's everything that's been. Dylan White, of course.
Yeah, Dylan White. I mean that'd be round 3, yeah? Third time, yeah. I mean, yeah, that'd be a good fight as well. I don't know where it would take place, but yeah, that'd be a great fight as well.
Last thing, just because it's getting a bit cold here, we're heading towards that rematch between Fury and Usyk. Usyk and Fury, I should say properly. What do you think is going to happen in that rematch?
I think it's up to Fury really. Usyk's kind of got like the blueprint, and he's a very smart fighter and clever. And I mean, so is Fury, but I think, yeah, I don't know. I think it's on Fury if he can pull it out of the bag and have an amazing training camp and then put it all on the line there. See if he can do something. But other than that, I think it's going to be Usyk again.
Joe, I appreciate the conversation. Looking forward to seeing you back in the ring very soon. Thank you so much for speaking to Seconds Out, sir. And speak soon.